I'm back in the woods again, and I've decided to make another video on this changing season again, well, kind of like the New Year sort of video, but yeah, we're kind of into winter now, and I've not had time to make any videos since my last one, so I'm just taking it as a sign, as a that I just am going to make some videos during each season, and kind of just move towards living more aligned with the seasons. And if it's a sign, that's great. If I've made it up, then that's also great, because that's what I'm doing. Sometimes I feel like we kind of create things in our mind, so like saying, oh, it's a sign, because it fits our narrative or it makes us feel good, and there's not necessarily anything wrong with that, especially if it's something kind of harmless, like making some videos in my spare time. So yeah, this video is just going to be a bit about just this new season and how we can prepare ourselves for the new year, which as I film this is only a few days away, which is kind of scary, but also a lovely opportunity to just, yeah, kind of start afresh, which is what we all kind of think the new year is about. But I'm very happy to be back in my little woods. So one thing I wanted to talk about was how the new year can be quite scary. Again, I've forgotten I just couldn't find my tripod, which I think I said in the last video that I was going to get a bag and have everything together. That's not happened, which kind of moves me on to my point of it is just a great opportunity for the new year to kind of, I don't even think it's like necessarily always taking things up, as it is more changing habits or mindsets that don't serve us or don't work for us anymore. So that would be for me, just not bothering to do everything I say. I'll do one or two things exceptionally well that I say I want to do, and then I'll just keep putting off the rest, and it can really affect you day to day. Even things like sorting out car insurance until the last minute, like I just wanted to change that mindset. So I've slowly started to do it, but that's just one thing that I was just kind of thinking about that we could take into the new year. It's not necessarily like, taking loads of things up and, filling our schedules with like 10 different things we want to do. It's kind of more about harnessing a few smaller mindsets or lifestyle choices, and that therefore would be more effective in the long run, because instead of thinking you need to do 10 different things, if you just focus on, say, 4 or 5 habits or activities that you wanted to actually do and do well in, you're just more likely to stick to them. And that's another thing, if you don't want to feel overwhelmed in the new year, maybe it's best to kind of narrow down what you're going to focus on, rather than feeling like you have to do like every week a different activity. So yeah, that's my I don't even like saying goal, that's just something I'm taking into the new year. And it's just starting small. You don't have to do these things. It's not going to happen overnight. It's like every day making little choices that in the long run will change your mindset. So watch this space. When I get a new bag, I'm going to video it, because it's been a while. And even just to keep myself accountable. Because I was like, I'm making a video again. I still don't have my bag, couldn't find my tripod. And I didn't really have time to faff around finding it. But now I'm going to have to go home and find it. And yeah, anyway, it's not even a big deal. It's just more the mindset behind it is the big deal. It's just the lack of motivation and discipline, more like, to do what I said I was going to do. as you can tell, my camera is balancing on a branch, which probably isn't the best idea, but never mind. But I just wanted to just say this place is so beautiful and magical, and I think I showed you here a little bit of this forest last time. I just can't help coming back to this place, even though there's so many other places where I live that I like to go, or I have been recently. I just also didn't want to film. But this was another thing that I was thinking about for the new year, how if we just all lived a little bit more intentionally. And what I mean by that is, like, when we go somewhere, kind of go for a walk in the forest, and we walk around the forest, and then we don't really see the forest, we don't really experience it because we're just busy doing our little track. We might stop like, oh, this is pretty, and then we take some photos and we go home. But I don't know, I just was reading The Power of Now and just really want to take that into the new year, how we can just actually live in each moment. So right now I have got a walk ahead of me, which is lovely, but all I actually really have is this time in the forest, and how, like, there's just so much life in this forest, and each tree has life growing on it and around it. And if we just stop and pause, just any time we go somewhere, we'll just probably enjoy it more, and we'll go home and we'll just feel a bit more fulfilled rather than like rushing around. So yeah, just maybe even like doing things a bit more mindfully, so just with more intention and more mindfulness. And this can sound a bit wishy-washy, so for me it would just be more really stopping and staring at the little things that other people might be like, what the hell, why does she care about that? But it doesn't really matter, because I find it really beautiful, and the moss just growing everywhere, and it's so old, and it just makes me realise how we are so lucky to be surrounded by such ancient organisms and, you know, life forms, and again, we just don't really appreciate it. So that's another little tip for the new year, just to be a bit more intentional, and just do things a little slower. As you can tell, that used to all be forest and trees over here, completely all gone. And then over here, they're sort of starting to go as well. We had a massive storm like years ago, called Storm Arwen, for those of you who aren't watching from the UK. And ever since then, a lot of forests have just been damaged, and we won't really see them see them be rebuilt in our lifetime, or to the same extent that they were. It's quite devastating actually, because I just wouldn't have, I mean, it's nice I got a view now, but at the same time, you know, it's completely all forest, and you just got to think of all the loss that had as well, not even for the trees' lives, but also just for the wildlife, the little insects. There's a lot of newts around here as well. It's just every time I come, I mean, it's been years, but I still am shocked at how barren it looks now. It's quite sad. It's very different from what it used to be like. do love filming in these sort of more barren, and not necessarily barren actually, because it's full of life here, but not as aesthetically beautiful places that you would normally see on Instagram or even YouTube. I don't have a drone, I can't do all these fancy shots, but what I love about it is that it's realistic, and I kind of want to show the beauty in my little corner of the world, even if it's not kind of the beauty that you see all the time of these beautiful mountains and incredible hikes. And I will not always look that aesthetic, but I want it to be realistic, and I also don't want to put that pressure on myself that everything needs to look incredible. Oh, I can hear some mountain bikers, so I'm going to have to hold that thought because I am on the mountain biking trail at the minute because I am lost as usual. So I feel like I'm going to have to make a mad dash, like get out of the way in a second. But yeah, just generally. Oh, look at those pretty trees. Oh, they're over there. Oh, there's the path. Been looking for the path and it's over there. So I'm gonna go down some. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Such a random segment of the video, but yeah, I just kind of was thinking about that. I was like, oh, it's not always aesthetic. I might not have the saturation correct, not yet anyway, but I just wanted it to be a more realistic and normal kind of channel, where it's just, yeah, you could go out into your local little forest and find the beauty that I do, and you don't need these incredible pieces of equipment, or this incredible knowledge, because I really have none, and you can still capture the beauty in your local area, or just wherever you are really, because look how beautiful it is here. The path is beyond those trees there, so we're gonna have to try and find somewhere a little bit shallower, or put my camera away and jump, which may be the jumping option. I was just having a little think as I was hiking down this little area of how barren it is, and it's a bit eerie. I don't know if you guys remember from The Lion King, was it when they're in that skeleton graveyard thingy? Kind of feels a bit like that here. But then, literally just over the hill, as you can see, it's just full of life again. Um, so just a little reminder, if it feels a bit barren in your life right now, as winter can kind of feel a bit barren, um, it's not often long until you get a little bit more of light, abundance, and richness in your life. So I don't know, just hang in there. It's just a very random little thought I had, but it's often so true that you feel like you're completely in the depths of, yeah, just sorrow, or sometimes it's just in a rut and everything seems a bit grey, like the weather today. But then it doesn't take long until you're just surrounded by colour and abundance and happiness again, and also maybe try and find some colour and life in the areas of your life where it might feel a bit barren. Um, so yeah, I actually am going to show you some little areas of life now in this tree graveyard that I'm currently in. Because I even need it for the walk because I was getting a bit down. I was like, oh, this is not very aesthetic, even just for me, let alone for anyone else watching. Oh, actually, there's some like gorgeous colours, rich colours, amongst the grey, some colours as well. Oh yeah. Cue the little montage that I'm going to make you guys.